Throughout the ages, there have been heroes and warriors who have embarked on quests to save faraway lands and free the people from would-be conquerors. Today, legends are told from the tales of our terrible warriors. Chronicles of an unlikely group of nerdy adventurers armed only with their dice, some pretty stupid ideas, and a horseshoe up their butt as they come together to save the day in the Cambridge Chronicles. Seriously? You couldn't find anyone better?
Welcome back to the Cambridge Chronicles. I am your judge for this adventure, Mike the Birdman Dodd from thisweekingeek.net. But I'm not alone as we trek through the hallowed halls of the Marvel Cinematic Universe in Avengers Aftermath. I am joined with my heroes this afternoon.
Alex! Oh my god, he was pointing at me and my left eye was blind to it.
I'm in the middle. I'm Mr. Christopher.
And I'm Lee, also known as Sir.
That's right. When we last left our heroes, they had just encountered Marvel's vigilante known as the Punisher inside Wilson Fisk, aka the Kingpin's penthouse apartment. And they just come across some disturbing information that evidently whatever Kingpin's up to might be succeeding because he's not in Rikers right now.
Wait, I just thought about something.
What?
Maybe he's not in Rikers because he's vaporizing it.
It's a bit of a coin flip
Turned
on
to
that.
ash. That's a possibility.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah, no one knows.
Because he's a person. He's a thing that lives.
Yeah, yeah.
Or may not be living.
Yeah.
So Castle lowers his gun. Like I said, he has it by his side, but hasn't taken his finger off of the trigger yet. But he's like, all right, you help me find Fisk, I'll help you as best I can.
Okay, so first question about Fisk. When did you check to see that he wasn't there at Rikers?
Yesterday.
Okay, so he went out before all this craziness happened. So he
could still be out and about somewhere.
Yeah, he could still be out. This isn't a case of he didn't just turn to ash like all these other people out there in the last hour.
He's like, no.
Okay. Oh, well, that makes sense. Sorry, stupid me. You were camping out here for a whole day, so you had to have been there earlier.
There's a lot of chaos right now. Yes. We're not thinking straight.
We're getting everything straight. I'm writing things down in a little notebook that I would have for my investigator's notebook.
He says, as far as I know, someone was going to break him out this morning. And they were going to bring him back here.
Was there any indication as to who was breaking him out?
I got a couple names, but I don't know anything more about them. Guy goes on the names by the streets of... His name's Lonnie Lincoln. He calls himself Tombstone. Another guy named Fred Dukes. And that's all I know.
Van Damme? That's the Van Damme's character in
Bloodsport.
In Bloodsport?
Those are the only two names I got.
So if we get a big jump kick to the face, we'll know who did it.
Where would they take him?
Yeah.
See, that's the thing I can't figure out. Fisk is still running his empire in Rikers, and he's safe in there. No one can touch him, not even me.
So why would he want to get out? That's the question. Was there something else on the inside that would make him want to leave?
He goes, well, ever since that bullshit happened downtown, and the gangs are in an uproar right now. The Jamaicans, the Russians, even the Chinese, Madame Gao, we don't know what happened to her. Just everything went tits up a couple of months ago. Power vacuum's been huge. Why he'd pick today of all days, I don't know. Could be just another day in the calendar to him. But he sure picked a hell of a time to want to leave.
Well, what we know is that he has been trying to get a hold of new super-powered weapons using alien technology. And we were basically sent to intercept it and figure out what's going on and stop the deals from happening.
You got that notebook you grabbed out of the drawer, right?
I do. I have this ledger. I believe it's a ledger. I haven't had a chance to look at it yet with all this chaos that I found in a secret compartment in his desk upstairs. So let's crack it open and see what's inside.
Okay, so you and Castle both look at the ledger, or he says, maybe we want to do this someplace a little less guard heavy because we don't know when they're going to send reinforcements.
I'm just picturing he just reaches his gun out while we're looking at the book, shoots somebody, and says, maybe we should do this somewhere else.
So Castle says, maybe we should go.
Okay. So let's go to my office?
All right. So as you guys exit the building...
Because I believe I'm the only one that would have an actual office.
Yeah, I have spent time just in SHIELD facilities kind of explaining a bunch of stuff about alien technology. That's my backstory. That's just...
Yeah, because I'm the one... Yeah, and I have a place in Manhattan.
All right,
Because I had to have a place where all
Where
the
you
rich
live.
people are going to be hiring me, right? So
So
it's going
as
to be in the crappiest part of Manhattan. So it's going to be... I wish I could remember the address where my brother lived for a while. But anyway, it's this little sliver, basically a bachelor pad. That's an office, I say in quotes.
So as you get into the elevator, you ride it down. A little bit of elevator music's kind of playing.
It's just...
So he kind of looks at you, goes, so, looks at all of you. What's your deal?
We were just called in last minute because there's a lack of heroes everywhere.
Heroes.
Stuff's going crazy. That big circle showed up in the sky a little while ago, and everything's been nuts ever since.
I was...
He goes, what makes you three so special?
We're the
Not
last
carrying
ones
any
around.
hardware.
I'm good at investigating fraud? Question mark. Is he basically asking what our powers are?
Yeah, he's trying to feel you out.
I don't get hurt easy.
I'm an infiltrator.
I'm a god. That's all you need to know.
I
He
don't
looks
get...
at you and goes, God. Boy, you think awfully high of yourself. He looks at you, goes, infiltrator. Let me guess. OGA?
OG, eh?
It's like, I don't
He
know.
goes, well, you ain't a spook, otherwise you would have known that stands for other government agency. So who the hell are you? I don't mind helping you if you're helping take down Kingpin, but I need to know what your deal is.
I'm on my own, but I'm a freelancer.
So you're just like a
It's a
paid
little
merc?
redundant.
Yeah, I'm a merc.
A crap merc.
He looks at you and goes, I don't think... He goes, mercenary. Alright, well, I guess Kingpin's got powerful enemies. Though I still don't know what to make here, the suit and this god over here. Whatever.
They're all right.
You come into the lobby.
Yeah.
You see about 5 more guards,
Yeah.
all pointing guns at you. Frank Castle just kind of puts his machine gun up and goes, fuckers, please. They all kind of look at him. They all kind of look back and forth. They're like, I don't think we get paid enough for this, guys. And they fucking drop their shit and run.
Can I pick up their shit?
Always...
Oh, you crap infiltrator.
I was going to say, always the pirate.
Ooh, stuff.
Buckler.
They drop all their guns and they start bolting for the door.
I'd like to think that as we're walking and talking and explaining our powers, that I was walking through fire and didn't realize it. Just be like, I don't get hurt easy as I walk through fire and step on glass and stuff.
So he looks. So the Punisher turns around and looks at you, goes, so you don't get hurt easy. You one of those freaks I see on the news?
Maybe. It's just...
He kind of cocks an eyebrow. He goes, and what do you do, God boy?
I am of Asgard. I keep my powers close to the chest.
He looks at you, goes, what the fuck is an Asgard?
You'll find out in time. I don't need to explain myself to Midgardians, I guess.
He looks at you kind of cockeyed. He's like, I don't know how to say this any other way but you're fucking weird.
I just mutter to myself, hot topic emo. Hot topic emo kids.
So-
I'm not wearing black, I'm wearing dark green.
So you come out front, and you see there's a van pulled up, and he goes, get in.
In my head, I'm thinking, That's usually stranger danger, but okay.
You're not harmed easily, so...
Yeah, I'm
When the stranger's carrying an M60 machine gun, you kind of tend to do what he says.
not harmed easily. That's true. Yeah, okay, I'll get in the car.
All right, so you get in the van. Castle pulls into the driver's seat. Who's going to sit shotgun next to him?
Anybody? I'm just going to lay down in the back.
All right, you go and lay down in the back. His truck is covered in just guns and electronic equipment.
I'm going to sit in the front, but I'm going to turn invisible.
You just get in and turn invisible. And
Where'd he go?
All right, you get in, turn invisible.
But I'm laying down in the back, and like he's got to. I'm just going to take a nap. I'm just tired, and like that is my character is in a perpetual state of because he hates his job, hates his life, but likes to get paid and just keeps going on. He wants to change his job but can't. So he's just like, I'm just going to take a nap.
So as you turn invisible, Liam, you feel a gun press against your temple. What the fuck? You just used your powers in the open to a guy who has no idea what you do. And you've openly said you're a mercenary. He's like, I know you're there.
He can't see my temple. How does he know?
He just kind of feels around.
Yeah, he kind of feels around.
I pictured you going, wait, he can't see me, but he just said it out loud.
Yep, definitely.
So he's
definitely
like,
invisible.
what are you?
I'm invisible. Can you see me?
Talk.
Take it.
Start talking.
It's a good way to party kill your party at the beginning of the game.
I'm sorry. I am a mercenary, but I do have powers.
What's visible
Weird, wacky
now?
world we live in.
I'm visible again.
I was going to say, I grumble up from the back and go, it's his car, just do what he says.
Okay, I'm visible.
He goes,
I'm
boy,
visible.
the second I don't know where you are, I start filling the air with lead. Don't do that again.
Okay.
All right, so
I pee a little.
after about half an hour of driving, I presume you give him the address.
Sure.
You start driving through the city. The city, once again, still in chaos. There's cops trying to contain it. People still running and looting.
I feel like funny. But I guess he's driving and he can just weave in and out of broken
Yeah,
cars.
he's
driver.
just like,
Knows what he's doing.
he's upset.
So and now he's probably seeing all the
Yeah,
ashes
he's
and
like,
people.
what the hell? He looks around the van. He kind of turns his head back and goes,
Told ya.
So what the hell happened?
No idea. Told ya.
Sitting in a room, minding our own business, as it were, and all of a sudden chaos erupted everywhere.
We had a job to do and we were getting paid, so
He goes, it ain't my problem. It ain't my problem.
exactly.
So you get to the address. You pull up to this little slice of scum, more or less, in the middle of Manhattan.
Basically, it's a bodega. It's Manhattan, so everything is still sort of nice. But
you live above a store.
But if it's the crappiest part of Manhattan you could imagine, like the rent is still like $8,000 for a bachelor, and I'm above a bodega.
All right, so you go up the stairs to your apartment. You walk in. It's still quiet, nothing unusual, and you all sit down at at the kitchen table.
Cool.
So you start cracking open the ledger and start reading through it.
Anybody want a beer?
Yes.
Sure.
All right, so you will start cracking open the ledger. Everybody, roll me reason.
That landed poorly. Keep the other one though.
73 with typical.
Okay.
I'm probably gonna fail. 8 with 26 remarkable reason.
And 14 with typical.
Okay, so Payout's able to realize there's a series of transactions here.
Which would make sense because I'm the guy that investigates this shit.
So yeah, you start looking through the payouts there, and there are several accounts located offshore in the Cayman Islands that seem to be associated with this Fred Dukes and this Lonnie Lincoln. There's several aliases used, but it seems to be Kingpin had transferred them a significant amount of money before his incarceration. And it seems to be whenever he gives them the signal, they're supposed to come get him. And it seems to be just coincidence that everything just seems to be lining up.
Okay.
There's also, I just got to check something here. There's another name that gets dropped in there as well. Evidently, a very large sum of money has been transferred to a guy whose only code name is Taskmaster.
Okay.
And evidently he's supposed to be guarding him once he's out. And that's all you know. It seems to be like a lot of money is moving around. We're talking like tens of millions.
So it's in the Cayman Islands, so we can't trace the money here. We know we can't really... None of us are hackers. We're not going to be able to hack in the Cayman Islands.
No.
Most people in the world can't anyway.
To this Cayman Islands.
Are you that illiterate?
I'm not illiterate. I'm
Who's
unfamiliar.
Cayman and what islands does he own?
You must
What
find him and destroy
islands
him.
do they come from?
Is it like the Kmart mascot owns an island or something?
Kmart Islands.
Kmart Island.
So Castle looks over it with you payout, and he's like, "We've got a series of 3 mercs, and a lot of money moving around, but not all of his fortune was seized by the government. This money was off the books. So what does he want with the guns?"
I guess we're going to have to figure that out. So, out of the 3, is there anybody in there that Frank Castle might have heard about, where they might have worked
He's
out
like,
of?
"I've heard of Lincoln. I've heard of Tombstone before. I know he works out of Harlem a lot. Believe me, the guy sticks out like a sore thumb, but you'd remember a guy who has pale white skin.
In Harlem.
The guy looks like a ghost."
Okay, so let's go to Harlem.
All right, so you get back in the
Come
castle.
on.
Ring, ring.
Get back into Castle's
Ring,
van.
ring, the racism police. No, but it makes sense. Like, he looks like a ghost. He would stick out.
So he says the last time Tombstone was there, he was working for Cottonmouth, but
Cottonmouth's gone, right?
yeah, Cottonmouth is dead.
I'm gonna say I investigated what happened with Cottonmouth's whole.
Yeah, Cottonmouth, Cage, Mariah.
Basically, I investigated the club for insurance purposes.
Yeah, for Harlem's
so I would know
Paradise.
that.
So, yeah. He says, "Well, we got a couple of addresses here. Whether he's actually there, I don't know. If he's smart, they're all probably just dummy addresses. We'll have to wait and see." Looking through the ledger again, roll intellect again. See if you notice this one particular detail.
00 is what?
100.
Oh,
0.
so then
Unless you also have a 0.
Yeah,
then
unless
it's
you
100.
also have a 0.
If it's 00 and then 0, it's 100. If it's 00 and any other number, it's just the one number.
Yeah.
So I guess it was 100 then. 100 and you said intellect?
Oh, it's if you got 100, you succeed.
Okay, then I got
Automatic.
100. I got 100.
There's an address on the thing that doesn't seem to correspond with any of the transfers. And
But it's there for
it's
whatever.
there, and specifically, it's mentioned several times. Like, you also notice a name associated with it. There's a series of numbers. You payout recognize it as an NYPD storage locker.
Oh, like storage
Like an evidence lockup.
evidence lockup. So at like the main evidence, like
One of them.
one
That
of them.
would be for the district kind of precinct
in Harlem.
in Harlem. And for some reason, it's mentioned several times. And there's also officers' names mentioned. And you see a couple of $1,000 payouts have been made to these specific officers, and they're attached to the specific precinct.
All right, so I mentioned that to my cohorts and Frank Castle.
All right,
I think we're off to the Harlem Police Department, and I just say, please, Mr. Castle, don't kill the cops if we don't have to, because we're better than that, aren't we?
I only care about dirty cops. But right now, I want to know why these mercenaries are going after a police lockup of all the
All right.
things.
So now your van, it's not. might want to park a little away from the police station when we're all getting out. Because
Yeah.
there's enough chaos going on. If they see a bunch of people that are armed come out in front of their station,
The van
Probably
pulls
not a
up
good
and
idea.
He
unloads a
kind of
bunch of
chuckles to
armed people.
himself. Probably a good idea there.
so I say we all,
Start
Head-
heading over towards there.
yeah.
Let's
All right,
go.
so you start heading over towards the police station. It's quiet, and then all of a sudden, you start hearing yelling and voices, and you start hearing just rapid gunshots. They sound like Frank's machine gun, but louder somehow. Just do-do-do-do-do-do-do.
Like a street sweeper.
Similar, just hammering. And you see two people emerge out of the police station. You see one guy comes out. I'll actually show you a picture. I'm showing him around the room, so just give me a second here.
We're going to show you a picture through the magic of audio.
Yeah, I'm going to show my players.
He's handsome.
You see this guy come out.
Oh, hi.
Why are you showing us a giant penis?
Oh,
No, it's not. Oh, it looks like...
very broad-shouldered.
For description, it looks like Colossus
Yeah.
in the 80s video game, only with a devil-looking face.
So you see this guy come out. He's
Massive
got
shoulder pads.
literally bone white skin. He's got this kind of flat top haircut. He's got a suit on, but you can see he's obviously got body armor over top of that. And you see another guy come out beside him who probably weighs...
I thought he was wearing body armor and then a suit over top of the body armor.
You can do that, actually.
That would be
in Shadowrun.
hilarious.
But you see another guy come out. He probably weighs easily 500-600 pounds. He's standing
he's
beside
one of my
him.
people.
He's dressed in tight-fitting body armor as well. And
Wow.
he's
I'm sorry,
carrying...
let's be honest. When you're 500 or 600 pounds, everything is tight-fitting.
but he's also carrying two cases over his shoulders.
Okay?
And he looks over at Tombstone. He goes, "This was a lot easier than I thought it was going to be." And they start walking out of the police station. The cops are running behind those two. They start shooting at the fat guy, and they're just unloading into him. And he's just laughing at them. He starts chuckling. He chucks one of the cases, hits a cop right in the gut, knocks him down. He
Blob?
goes, "Nothing hurts the Blob."
It's the blob.
He steps on the guy's head. It basically is crushed. Picks up the case and goes, "If you don't want to end up like your friend here, I suggest you leave us alone." So they start emerging out of the police station with the two cases. Tombstone's got like some kind of an assault rifle in his hand. And they start just literally just walking down the street.
Okay. I'm gonna throw my gun because I don't have a skill with guns. I'm gonna throw my gun like I'd be throwing a throwing knife at not the blob at the skull dude.
Please don't start
At,
calling that
Tombstone.
Blob.
Also, you know what? Talk about offensive shit. The blob. I still think it's funny that they didn't change his name ever.
Yeah. Yeah.
All right.
Yeah. Anyway, I'm gonna chuck it at skull dude.
All right, so you chuck your thing at Tombstone. Roll me agility. Because it's a ranged attack, as far as I understand. Actually, do you have thrown weapons?
I do have thrown weapons, so I believe that is supposed to be is it fighting for that?
Let me see. I'm just looking it up.
Because it's one of my talents.
What is it at?
It doesn't have a category for that.
Yeah,
Well, no.
there's no intensity for this.
Oh, no, I think it just means it goes up a column shift.
Yeah, I
so.
think it's basically proficiency.
Oh yeah. It says plus one column shift. for
Okay,
those
so
abilities.
throw it, and then it goes up a column shift.
Okay, so and I'm running. I think it's agility for that.
Yes, agility, because it's ranged.
It's 28.
Okay, so you throw the gun.
Plus a column shift up.
So it goes up to 28.
So
what was
from-
your agility?
Excellent. So it would go up to remarkable.
Remarkable. 28 is not enough to hit, unfortunately. So you throw it at the gun, or you throw the gun. It sails past Tombstone.
And I'm just like, oh
And he
fuck,
looks
I'm gonna go into the dark dimension. Just bye. no, I'm kidding.
He looks at the blob and goes, "What the fuck?"
Take that, evildoer. No, I just throw it and I go, oh shit.
He looks over at
I
Blob
had a
and
better
goes,
chance of throwing it than I did of using it. I don't have any skill in using guns.
Freddy, Tombstone looks over at the Blob and goes, "Hey, Freddy, get a load of these losers throwing guns at us. Come on." Go fuck them up, will you?
Oh, all right. Let's do
Starting
this.
combat with the blob.
That's okay.
So the Blob drops the two things and goes, he drops the two cases, cracks his knuckles,
That was good.
That's
and
good.
he's like, "All right, kids, it's time to play."
It's blobber in time.
So everybody roll initiative. So how this works is you roll your percentile dice, tell me the number, add your intellect to it, or your intuition. I just need to know who got the highest. I got 98.
I got 92 plus my intellect.
I did not
Yes.
get that.
Yeah.
Intellect.
What is your number?
There is no intellect. Is that,
Intuition.
Intuition, sorry.
good. So plus 8. So that would make it 80. Or no, sorry, no, make it 100.
I got
54.
100. So let me see what Blob's is. I'm just going to double check. I'm pretty sure I'm getting this wrong, but whatever.
397.
108. So what
he's
did you get?
100 then.
Okay, so I'm still going first.
Yeah.
Okay, so
Well, it makes
it'll-
sense. He just turned to attack us.
Yeah, so so the Blob's going first, and then it'll go to Al, then it'll go to Fenrir, then it'll go to Sir. Okay, so the Blob drops the two cases, cracks his knuckles, and starts to make a charging attack. And I'll say you guys are all standing pretty close together.
We just sort of got out of the van and I just hucked a gun. I thought it would be like a boomerang.
Castle's like,
It didn't come back to me. What the hell?
Castle
I
looks
threw
at
it, it
you
just hits the
guys.
ground beside them and I'm like, oh, fuck.
You're hoping you hit the ground. Sorry, I apologize. Hopefully, you hit the ground beside him, then shoot him.
I had a better chance of that happening than me using the gun myself.
Castle looks over at you guys, goes, "Keep him busy for a minute. I got an idea."
Okay.
So Castle dives into the back of the truck and starts rummaging around. So Blonde
Sure.
is charging at you.
At me?
Yeah, how big is your character?
He's basically me.
Okay,
Six,
so
6 foot, very stocky build.
Turn to a brick wall.
how much health do you have?
73.
Okay, roll me your. Are you going to block this or dodge this attack? He's charging at you.
I'm gonna now block because I want to turn it into grappling afterwards.
Okay. Okay, so he's going to attack.
So that would be would that be
rolls
under my fighting? Because
Yes.
I think block is it uses your strength. Or is,
Strength.
yeah, strength.
Yeah.
Because you're like trying to push them back.
Yeah.
fuck that. Anywho, is it 40 at typical.
Ow.
You do not grapple him.
No, that wasn't the grapple. That was just the block, right?
Oh, to block him. So you take. What's your what? Hold on a second. I just got to see how this works. This is where it gets a little rules.
Combat
heavy.
is quite complicated.
Yeah,
in the
combat
phase
is
mix
annoying in
systems.
this game?
because it's just a little bit.
There's a lot of checks for this number versus this number. Check this column, do this,
Well, and figuring
then
out what you
subtract
can
the
do,
difference.
like I was reading that as far as the wrestling grappling goes, I think I could roll for that as my defense. Like if he's going to throw a punch, I can roll to try to grab the punch, or I can roll to just absorb it, like his block.
Yeah, block can fully just absorb.
So I don't know if
damage.
I rolled the right thing or not with it.
Okay, so we'll say you blocked. So
So we're saying I tried to. So basically, I put my hands up.
Yeah, you put your hands up to block this charge
Instead
from
of
the
instead
blob.
of reaching to because he's charging. He's not reaching out with his hands, so I can't like.
What is
judo.
your strength?
My strength
Yeah.
is typical
So what's that number?
5.
Okay, so you take. I just gotta figure this out here.
You die.
All right. So the blob inflicts 65 points of
Oh,
damage.
Jesus Christ.
He charges you, and it hits, and basically he bowls you right over.
So 65.
Yeah.
That's a strong
So
start.
I literally have 8 health left.
Just like that.
I also don't heal fast, so I'm probably dead for the game.
Not necessarily.
It's not over yet.
That's true.
Yeah, it's not over yet.
So basically, I get knocked back into the van.
Yeah, basically, he gets knocked. You're basically that outline that you see in cartoons right into the side of the van.
So I get the wind knocked out of me, so I'm out for a bit.
Yeah, Castle's like, keep him busy for another minute. All right, Fenrir, what are you going to do?
I'm going to attempt to ensnare the blob.
Okay.
So I'm going to like conjure, because it's a missile, it's a magical power. So I'm going to conjure my ensnaring attack, which appears as a crackling green energy in the shape of a bola. So a string with 2 balls on the end.
Okay.
Ebola, like
I knew you were going to say that. I knew you were going to say that.
Well, I wouldn't be affected, so
It's a
not to disease. I'd be okay.
I'll give you Ebola. All right.
Roll the hit.
Okay. So that's 20, and what am I adding to that? My ensnaring missile
that
level?
That would be arranged.
Okay. So, but is this for the ensnaring missile's power?
Yeah. Roll your power.
Okay, the power. Amazing, which is a 46, and I rolled a 20.
You do not hit.
Okay.
So your ensnaring missile wraps around his legs, but he just kind of snaps it in half. And he starts kind of laughing. He's like, what the hell was that?
Oops, I hit you. It didn't do much, but at least it didn't just skirt along the ground.
All right, sir, what are you going to do?
Cower in fear.
I was gonna say go invisible, but
Good.
Jeez.
That's not really.
It's kind of his trademark now.
Well, there's a reason you're not part of another team already. Is because you're kind of useless. You're just like go invisible. Like, how do you accomplish anything?
Pocket sand.
what can I shapeshift into?
Anything
I want?
Anything
Anything
you want
within
reason.
50% of your current body size.
Like, and you can't like turn yourself into an atomic bomb and blow yourself up.
Yeah.
No, obviously not.
Think of the rules of the T-1000.
I was just gonna like shapeshift into like a barrier around him, like just cover him.
No, what? That's not a thing. Why don't you just turn into him and confuse him?
Yeah, you can
Which
do
one's
that.
the real me?
He's not. The blob is not known as being very smart.
Has he seen? He's seen me. I'm guessing.
He's probably focused on me.
Yeah, he's focused right now.
But has he
on
seen
Taya.
me? Like he knows my like. So
No, he hasn't.
he couldn't tell if I have like a shape-shifting abilities. Like he doesn't know me. So
No.
He rolled a 3.
okay.
Grrr.
So dumb. That
Yeah,
was a
dumb.
fucking post.
Yeah.
Okay. Have we determined if he's working for Fisk?
Yeah, well,
It seems likely at this
it's
point.
Very, very likely.
I'd like to shapeshift into Wilson Fisk.
Okay. All right, you roll me your powers. See if you can accomplish how accurate your likeness is.
Or you're gonna have like a weird face, like a mustache. And you're not supposed to have
Keep
it or
in mind
something.
that this power
Alright.
does not allow you to shapeshift your voice.
Yes.
That's a different power.
I'm just gonna try to do my best.
you-
Wilson
Yeah,
Fisk
you're
impression.
perfectly able to
I
do an
watched
impersonation.
I watched Court TV when he was in the.
You
Sound
also
was
don't
annoying,
know
but I think
whether-
I got the gist
I'm
of
pretty
it.
sure that he wasn't on the People's Court. And
It was not the People's Court, but Court
somebody's
TV.
suing him because he was a bad landlord or something.
Okay, so I'm hoping that I did pretty damn good because my shapeshifting is excellent at 16, and I rolled a 95.
You succeed.
I am Wilson Fisk now.
You are
Bye-bye,
Wilson
kitty.
Fisk for all intents and purposes.
Excellent.
You go behind the van. You shapeshift into Wilson Fisk in a suit that you saw him on TV,
White suit.
white suit, and you step out
Flashy.
from behind the van.
Freddy!
Mr. Fisk,
Stop, Freddy.
what are you doing here?
Sorry.
He's like, we got the guns, boss. We were coming to get you.
And I've come to get the guns. Give them over to me.
Yo, Lonnie, Fisk is here. You see Tombstone stop walking down the street. He turns around, and they're like, what? He sees Mr. Fisk, and he just kind of tightens up. He grabs the 2 cases, starts walking towards you. And he's like, Mr. Fisk, He doesn't quite know what to say. You caught him completely off guard.
All right. Do you guys think
I'm dying. I'm sorry.
Stop.
Stop, Freddy. It's perfect.
But he's so dumb. He's so dumb.
Okay.
Here's the thing. Is that even his name?
Fred Dukes, yeah.
Okay, sorry. For a second there, I was just like, he's like, hey, stop, Frank, and it's just like, his name's not Frank.
me?
He's like, oh, okay, he must have forgot my name. Okay.
It's not like he said, stop, you fat fuck.
No, that's probably Marvel Avengers. And I'm also picturing it's the Wilson Fisk from the '90s Spider-Man cartoon too.
That's kind of how I do it, or Vincent D'Onofrio, but still, anyway. So, you say stop, and the blob stops. Tombstone starts walking back with the guns. He's like, well, boss, what do you want us to do with these freaks?
Shit. I didn't think that far ahead. I'm not saying this out loud, by the way. This is my inner monologue. You leave them to me. I'll take care of them myself.
Let them go. They're not of any consequence.
Okay, fair enough. Let them go. They're not of any consequence.
You turn into some words in the air.
All right, so as you say, let them go, they're of no consequence. The back door of Frank's van flies open, and Punisher sees the Blob and Tombstone. He's like, dodge this, and he has a .50 caliber machine gun mounted in the back of his truck and starts unloading into the Blob.
I'm just picturing. I'm still stuck in.
You're still stuck in the side of the van. You can feel the vibration.
I'm like really hurt, just with my head down, and all I did was whisper, "There are no consequence." and then as he's shooting, and I'm just shaking as I'm still wedged in the side of the van. I'm slowly healing, like a normal person, just like. Oh, this fucking hurts. So
Every
bad.
shot just jars everything that's already broken.
I'm also thinking, is nobody gonna check on me?
So, literally, Castle starts unloading into the Blob, and the Blob starts stumbling backwards, and you can actually see he's starting to bleed now. And,
Oh shit, you cut the Blob.
Yeah, so he starts just after like
Wait, like
30
a helicopter gun?
Yeah.
Ting, 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 ting. Holy crap.
So after about 30 seconds of sustained fire, the Blob falls over. Tombstone is to stand there with his mouth agape. And he's
that's
like,
a nice
oh,
word.
shit.
Agape.
Oh.
Agape.
He's like, Mr.
stop
Fisk,
it.
run. And you hear
Ebola.
Frank's eyes go wide. He hears, Fisk, where? He turns and sees you. Points the minigun at you. Any last words, Tubby?
Don't shoot, and I quickly shapeshift
Stop,
back into
Freddy.
When you shapeshift into what you would approximate his mother would look like. So it's just like
Martha.
an old lady with a skull face. You just assume that she was born that way too. Don't do it, it's Granny!
All right.
No,
This is ridiculous. I love
I
it.
just picture, I'm still on the van, I'm just like whispering, shapeshift into his granny.
Horrendous abuse of her powers.
as I'm trying to breathe because I've got cracked ribs. I'm just like, oh god.
Raspy advice from the van.
Anyways, I shapeshift back in myself, telling him not to shoot me.
That's gonna work.
You can hear the gun just start to wind
me.
up, but literally just before it starts to spit bullets at you, the gun winds down and goes, Jesus, don't pull that shit and don't tell me. And what are you guys gonna do? Tombstone is still there. He's got the guns, but now that he's seen Castle open up with a minigun, he's like, he kind of drops the guns, raises his hands, he's like, please don't shoot me. I don't get paid enough for this.
Get rid of. I just fuck. Oh, it hurts. No, I'm still making this. I'm making sounds like that lady in that video where she's crushing grapes and falls.
Anyway. So Tombstone's basically given up. He's surrendering.
Yeah, he's completely surrendered. The Blob is on the pavement, literally cut to ribbons.
So he's dead.
Oh, he is beyond dead.
Excellent.
Nobody hurts the black. I'm dead.
Nobody stands up to a minigun either.
Die, Freddy.
That's why he's the MCU version of the Blob. He can take a lot of hits.
And I
but he ain't
imagine he's
taking that.
firing like diamond-tipped bullets at him too. So it's
Oh my
like
God.
shredding through anything.
Stop, Freddy.
Stop, Freddy.
Oh,
Freddy.
bro.
Stop.
I mean, it worked better than me. And I'm just thinking, it worked better than me throwing my gun at them.
Yeah. Oh my
shit.
God. We are the most inept superheroes
I'm
in the
supposed to
MCU.
come when all the action's over.
Hey, at least part of my plan worked. Okay, I was able to convince the
We're not
Blob.
dead.
Yeah, but you fooled a simpleton. Like,
Yeah,
It still counts.
Stone was coming back too. I got hiccups.
Oh my
you
Lord.
gave yourself laughter hiccups.
Yep.
Should we question Tombstone now?
Frank's like, well, let's see what he knows.
So yes.
I also like to point out you're standing in front of a police station full of dead cops. Just FYI.
So, is anybody going to pry me off the side of the van, or am I just going to? Actually, I'm just going to rest here. Do I recover anything? Did you?
Yeah, I'll say.
I was going to say, do you recover in this game?
as far as
naturally?
I'm concerned, by next scene, your health is restored.
Okay.
As far as I'm concerned,
Man, that's
okay,
that
that's
is some
fast.
human regeneration.
that's Marvel Comics way.
Well, I guess actually, when your health goes to 0, you don't necessarily die immediately. There's
Endurance loss.
yeah. So it's not really, the health is not really like your actual health.
It's your hardiness.
It's more like after you hit 0, you get knocked out. And
Yeah.
then,
Yeah.
and then you can die. So I wasn't knocked out. I had the wind knocked out of me
If someone
right good.
had achieved a kill result on you with a blunt, with an edged or a shooting weapon, but because he charged you,
Yeah, basically
Yeah.
he knocked the wind out of me, cracked a rib sort of thing.
yeah, he could have killed you had he
Had a second hit.
had a second hit and grabbed your neck or something. But yeah, so you guys start interrogating Tombstone, presumably. Castle still has the chain gun trained on him.
Good.
He goes, if you're going to ask him questions, make it fast. We only got a couple of minutes before more police show up.
What's in the cases?
Hammer weapons.
As in like actual hammers or from Hammer Industries.
Hammer
I say, or from Hammer Industries as the wind is coming back to
He
my
goes,
lungs.
assault rifles, Judas bullets.
Where are you taking them?
Well, we were supposed to break out the boss.
Where's the boss?
Wait, you didn't break out the boss yet?
No, boss called us, told us to get the guns, and said we're going on a trip.
So you're saying, as far as you know, the boss was already out?
Yeah, he called me.
From trying to think from where. Do you have the phone with the number that he called you from?
In my pocket. He promised not to shoot me.
I promise not to shoot you.
Can't speak for Frank.
The Punisher just kind of slyly smiles, is like, I promise not to shoot you right now.
That's probably good enough, honestly, at this point.
Yeah. We'll take what victory
I was
we
gonna
can
say,
here.
we don't control him. That's probably the best you're going to get.
Good enough. He tosses the phone on the ground.
Slightly better than the gun was tossed earlier.
You're slightly better, slightly
All right.
more effective.
I pull myself off of the back of the side of the truck or the van and pick up the phone. And I'm going to do the simplest thing ever.
Hit redial.
I'm not going to hit redial. I'm going to look at the number and I'm going to look up who called me and see what area code it is and everything. And see, and like not like we don't have triangulation software, but just going to see like, was the carrier, what area code is it from?
Looking at that, it's a fairly simple 212 number, so that's New York City.
Okay, so he is local still. He hasn't gone somewhere else.
It's probably a Sprint phone. If you had to guess, it's likely some kind of a burner they picked up at 7-Eleven.
Okay.
Because why would the Kingpin of Crime be this dumb?
Are there any text messages on it?
Yes.
Text
Messages, where are you? Do you have the guns yet?
I did a text back. Have the guns. Where do you want them?
Tombstone, where were you supposed to meet up with?
No, I'm just going to say, where do you want them now?
I'm asking Tombstone.
Oh, yeah.
So while we're waiting on him to type his response
Yeah.
back,
Okay.
I'm asking Tombstone where you're supposed to meet up to take the guns.
We were supposed to go back to his penthouse, and then we were supposed to go to the raft.
Okay, so you say that. Okay, as I'm typing, I haven't sent it yet. I'm saying, penthouse compromised. Where do you want him?
You hear him say, "Hold on a minute."
So that's all it says. Hold on a minute.
Yeah, hold on a minute. So Tombstone goes, "We're supposed to take him back to the penthouse, gear up, and head to the raft. Boss wanted to break a couple more of us out."
Any idea who?
Guy named Taskmaster, supposed to be some real badass military guy. Another guy, where's my iPad? There it is. I just got to pull up a real name for this guy. Because I want to get it right. Another guy we were supposed to break out of the raft was a guy named Morris Bench.
So wait, the raft, that's like a prison?
The floating prison.
Oh, that would make sense.
He's like, yeah, it's a raft for powered freaks.
It's funny that, well, I guess Wilson Fisk doesn't have any superpowers, so that's why he would be at Riker's normal prison. Right? So, okay.
Yeah.
And the raft is somewhere like in the harbor?
Yeah, it's not too far from Rikers.
Okay.
like
So it's
an
basically,
Alcatraz, but for superpowers.
it's not like a separate prison as in completely other own. It's like, it's a government prison.
Yes, it's a government.
So it's not like a secret crazy prison.
No.
It's anybody who would be sent to Rikers who is superpowered goes there instead?
Yeah, anybody who's a superpowered villain, yeah.
Okay. So it's right near the island. It's basically tethered to the island sort of thing?
Yeah.
Okay.
So it's like, so Tombstone goes on to explain, yeah, we're supposed to go to the raft, break out a few more people, and then the boss said he was going to throw New York the most intense party it's ever seen.
Compared to this?
Well, he's retaking back his slice of the pie.
Okay. And have I received a message yet back?
Yeah, you get a message. It's an address somewhere near Queens.
Okay.
And he says, meet here, bring Freddy. You'll get the rest of your money.
Okay, I mentioned that to my cohorts. Say, Frank, we're done with them.
They're expecting Freddy.
That's fine.
Frank looks at him, goes, well, we don't need you anymore. Pulls out a Desert Eagle and plugs him right in the head.
Oh, because he doesn't have, like, resistance. He's just like a normal dude.
Yep, normal dude. He's got body armor. He is tougher than normal,
Yeah,
but
he can wear a helmet.
yeah, you're not dodging a 50 cal.
Yeah. Well, luckily, two of us can shapeshift. So, we need to turn into those people. We can turn into those people.
Maybe.
Handy.
Maybe.
I got a really good roll on Fisk.
Yeah, maybe. But we can
See how
try.
it goes. See how it goes. You can shapeshift beforehand and just keep
the
trying until
reality
you
is
get it right.
We are good guys. We try to save people. Like, we're at the core, we're good guys. But reality is, we're not really going to stop Frank at this point. So that's why we're like, we're done with them. Whatever
Yeah.
you want to do with them.
We're not trying to be like superheroes. We're just trying to get this job done.
Yeah.
Plus, the Punisher realizes Tombstone, he's a goon. He's a merc. He's going to do it again. So,
And the second we
No
leave,
love lost.
he'll let Fisk know.
exactly. So, no love lost. You guys start hearing sirens. He's like, can we please get the hell out of here now?
Okay.
Let's hop back in the van and
All right,
get the
you
hell
hop
out.
back
Back
in the
to
van
bed.
that literally has the imprint of payout on the side of it.
Sorry, we'll deal with that later.
Decoration.
Don't
worry, I know a guy in insurance.
Side and we drive off with you in the side of the van.
But, no, I think I've peeled myself off by now. Because at this point, I had recovered like at least half my health back from
Man, those decals are realistic.
And so I get back inside the van, and I'm going to take another nap. There's a reason I take lots of naps.
All right, so you leave the scene of the crime, presumably. Are you guys going to head straight to that address?
May as well.
All right, so you head down to the address that is located down in Queens. It's a warehouse. It's fairly high security. You see, like, there's guards surrounding the place. There's, like, a chain-link fence with high razor wire, stuff like that. Frank parks about a block and a half away and says, well, we're not walking in the front door, fellas. I hope you got a plan.
Go ahead, plan.
Well, it's probably Plan D if we can't get to it, but I didn't mention before, I have the ability to enter and manipulate dark. I guess it's called
Dark matter.
Dark force.
Dark energy.
Kind of looks at you cockeyed. He's like, I have no idea what that is. But
It's kind of like walking through a door that didn't exist before and exiting on a door that didn't exist before either on the other side of something.
But it might be hell.
But I can go through for sure. I don't know if it's a good idea for me to bring other people through because, like I said, contrary to what you've seen, it takes a lot to hurt me, environmental-wise. And you might go in, there might be poison gas. Or maybe stuff. Do you want me to just try to go in and, like, unlock the door? Or...
He looks at you and goes, it's not a bad plan, though let me get up on a roof so I can at least give you some kind of cover.
So we have him as vantage. Like, he doesn't necessarily need to go in with us either. He
Exactly,
can just be
yeah.
support. So I'm gonna manipulate Dark Force. I'm gonna do some sort of weird, like, woo, blah, 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 like
the Doctor Strange crap.
And I'm gonna be all for show, blah, 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 and then just stop, laugh for a second, and then I'm gonna...
No, I'm just kidding.
It's gonna be like I'm zipping up a zipper. I'm gonna unzip the
Yeah.
air.
All right, roll me your powers.
I'm gonna unzip it, spread it wide. That sounds bad, but...
Oh, boy.
That one was
the
on
power.
purpose.
93 and remarkable. So yeah, that happens.
It happens.
So,
okay, so you're
so it
able
happens.
to-
It happens without tentacles reaching in and pulling me through.
Yeah. So you go through the dark dimension and you appear on the other side of the fence behind the guards.
As I go through, before it zips behind me, literally,
Yeah.
I picture a zipper.
Okay.
That's how I guess that's how I interpret it. All you hear is me screaming because it's still terrifying going through it. Just, oh God! And I come out the other side and I'm sweating. I'm just like, okay.
We'll see if the guards hear you scream.
A little more discretion,
no, I'm saying
perhaps.
they hear me scream before it opens on the other side. I scream as I go in.
Okay.
And then as I come out, I'm fine, but just like covered in sweat and what appears to be some sort of green liquid from whatever I walked through this time.
You're lucky you said that because I rolled an 87. They would have noticed you.
Like, oh, it's terrifying going in, but once you're in, it's just like I walk through it. That green slime could be poisonous. Don't know. I just sort of switched it off my arms.
All right, so you appear behind the fence, behind the guards. You appear behind a wall that they can't see you. You see two guards sitting there. You also notice there's a couple of guards walking perimeter.
Okay.
So
well, I'm not
you
going
see
to
a grand
throw
total of
anything.
4 people. You see 2 guys on the roof of the building. Mm-hmm. And you see just one door just leading into the warehouse. They're all nondescript sort of goons just wearing, once again, that same type of black body armor that you saw at the penthouse. So there's some kind of a private security firm.
Okay. Now, the warehouse, is that where we're trying to get into?
Yes, that's where he's expecting you.
But I have to let the other people in. So
you're behind enemy
I
lines,
was going to
but
say,
what's your plan?
This is not DC, so I can't just turn into Commissioner Gordon and walk in. I could, but
You
they'd be like,
could,
who the
but
fuck
they'd
are
be
you?
really confused. I wonder if they have DC in the Marvel universe. Kind of have comic books.
I'm going to shapeshift into a box.
Okay.
I'm going to Metal Gear Solid it.
So you're going to solid snake this shit. All right.
A box, but of course I have the ability to skitter.
Yep.
Bottom.
All right. Yep.
Like slide ever so slightly, ever so slightly. Yeah, like little like bug feet underneath it just to move like ever so slightly.
All right.
That
roll
is
me your powers.
creepy as hell.
Yeah, it is. Well, it's 90.
So David Lynchian body horror you've turned into a cardboard box.
So it's excellent. So 16 plus, so at 90, that's like 100 and some odd or whatever.
Well, you're not adding it. You're just rolling.
Oh,
those
it's
under.
rolling it right. Yeah.
Yeah.
So it's 90 at excellent.
Yeah. So you did fine.
Yeah. So
So yeah, you turn into a box.
turn into a box, and the box is like just a box, and this no, it just says delivery or whatever. It's an Amazon box.
Okay.
There we go. It's an
Right.
Amazon
You
box.
turn into an Amazon box, and
Just sort of sliding bit by bit behind the people.
I presume your senses are still active.
Oh yeah. I'm just like I'm like staying against the wall basically, and just sort of sliding my way
Creeping.
down.
All right.
I'm trying to think. So to the warehouse. Do I have to? I'm trying to figure out. I don't need to disable the guards. I just need to get to the warehouse and find a way to let them in. Don't I?
I mean, I could probably get in. I could shapeshift into a bird and just fly in.
Yeah, or fly.
Yeah.
They might try to kill you. But I'm gonna slide my way. You know what? No, I'm gonna slide my way to the two guards that are working the door.
Okay.
I'm gonna slide my way in there, and I guess I've got.
The ones that are guarding the
Cardboard
fence
cut
or
you
guarding
so
the door?
good.
Where's everybody?
There, Fenrir and Sir are with castles on top of a building about 3 or 4 blocks away.
Okay.
Fenrir and Sir are with the van about 1.5 blocks away. They can see the front gate with the razor wire and everything.
Okay.
And
Now the front gate is it one of those gates that's operated by like the guys in the
Yeah.
control room?
Yes.
So I'm gonna go skitter my way into the control room.
Okay, roll me. I'm trying to. I guess this would be an agility for sneak.
As
far as I'm
not
concerned?
necessarily sneaking in. That's the thing. I'm just sort of
Well,
Yeah.
they're gonna notice a box. That is walking.
What was that just now?
Yeah, what the fuck?
That's what's a 99. So
Yeah,
what doesn't matter what it is.
unless I get 100, which is possible.
99, and that would be at agility, I believe, which is also excellent.
Yeah, dexterity and nimbleness. They rolled a 3.
So yeah, I just basically
Durr.
slide in.
So yeah, you
That
sneak
box
in
is
behind
boxing.
them.
Okay, so
You will have to turn back into a person.
just a second. So I'm gonna make enough noise that they notice a box is sitting next to them.
Okay. So you shuffle around, the guards turn around like, I don't remember
They-
ordering anything from Amazon.
So they lean in.
Yeah, you lean in.
I'm
they're
gonna
like,
double
you know.
fist. I'm gonna transform a double fist back into human form as I like rise up.
I'll say you've never done this before with your powers.
I know.
So roll me a powers check.
Powers check. Okay.
This would normally cost karma, but we're not playing with that rule today.
88.
88. I'll say it happens.
So I just basically like I uppercut straight out of the box.
What is your strength?
Strength isn't high, but my fighting's high.
What's your strength?
Typical.
So, 16?
Typically be 5.
5? Okay, we'll see if...
My fighting is high, but my strength isn't high. So I guess my grappling is really good.
Yeah.
You're not fighting at this point. You're just this is a feat
know
of
what?
strength.
It's because
In terms of cinematics, you knock them straight
basically
out.
my idea was it doesn't have to be super strong. It's I'm uppercutting.
You catch them by
I
surprise.
get them right in the chin.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you basically glass jaw them both.
Yeah, because you don't have to be really strong to hit somebody in the perfect spot.
Yep.
Yep, I'll say, you know what? It happens. It looks cool. So you hit the guards right in their glass jaws.
As I
they crumple to
transform
the
out of
floor.
it, that's pretty epic.
Rule of cool.
And then I just press the button to open the door.
All right, so the gate slides open. The other guards don't think anything of it.
Yeah.
And the front gate is now open.
And I'm going to sit the guys in their chairs with their heads straight forward so they just look like they're working.
All right.
That doesn't take a roll. That's just putting them in a seat.
Okay. All right. Go on the Fenrir and Sir. What are you guys going to do? You see the front gate open.
You should transform into either Tombstone or the Blob, whichever you feel is easier to do for you.
I go with Tombstone because I feel like the Blob would be a lot of effort.
And then you can pretend.
As much effort as Wilson Fisk.
There's a
but,
lot
like,
more jiggle physics involved with the blob than...
And then you can be like, you've captured me, and you're leading me in to see the boss.
Got it. Let's roll. Do.
Classic
I
Star
will say
Wars.
this, the system's a lot easier when we're not having to track the chart as much when it's just the GM doing it.
Yeah, like I'm tracking a lot of this.
And the more we play, like if we played this another session or two, we'd probably be able to
I
get
got a 66 with excellent shapeshifting.
66. Excellent. You succeed.
Yeah.
Though not as perfectly as you might see him.
Crabby haircut.
You got a green result, so your skin is a little more flesh colored than bone white,
Okay.
but physically you do look like it.
So basically, it's enough
So-
unless somebody really knows.
I got a tan.
Yeah, basically,
You got a tan.
you better hope you're not under harsh bright light.
Alrighty.
Okay, so you approach the gate. You notice the 2 guards there knocked out, and you start walking toward. Do you have one of the Judas weapon cases with you?
Yes.
Okay, so you do that, and you're leading Fenrir. I presume you're carrying the other one, and you start walking towards the gate. We'll see if the guards notice your imperfect shapeshift. Do they notice? Let's find out. On the next episode of Terrible Warriors Cambridge Chronicles, I've just rolled. We'll find out what happens next adventure as we begin to wrap things up here on Marvel Avengers Aftermath. I've been your judge for this afternoon, this evening, whenever you're listening to us, Mike the Birdman Dodd. I've been joined with...
Stop, Freddy.
Mr. Christopher.
Boxman.
We'll catch you guys again next time, right here on the Cambridge Chronicles.